Long enough to cover the subject and short enough to keep it interesting. Welcome to Out Up My League. I'm Nick Diaz. Imagine if you all would. You find out that they're making a movie about your life, and it's going to be a big Netflix film. And you start asking yourself, what person is going to play me? You start thinking of all the actors, people are going to make you look good. And of all the actors, you find out it's going to be Paul Bart Mall Cop. So yeah, Kevin James from King of Queens is going to play Sean Payton in the upcoming Netflix movie titled Home Team. The movie will be about Payton's time coaching his son's 6th grade football team in 2012 when he was suspended from the NFL for his role in Bounty Gate. The team was located in Dallas, Texas. And for those of you who don't know why Dallas, Texas, Sean Payton and his wife had gotten a divorce. They moved the children back to Dallas, Texas, where they were located originally when he was working for the Dallas Cowboys before getting the head coaching job with the New Orleans Saints. Now, most of you know that I have a degree in journalism from LSU, but most of you probably don't know I minored in screen arts. Basically, it's just filmmaking. I minored in filmmaking, and I was also a professional actor for 5 years before I went back to college to finish my degree and get a degree in journalism. And in my spare time, I like to write movie reviews. So, really, if you think about it, I'm more qualified to talk about movies than I am about sports. So, this movie, as a movie concept, this is actually a really good idea. Why? Because you've got the asshole coach who is dealing with some controversy. He's got no choice but to adjust his coaching style from yelling and cursing at grown men in the NFL to a bunch of 12-year-olds. There's where you get your comedy. Plus, every great story, every great movie you've ever seen has one thing in common. The main plot helps the character deal with some personal struggles. In this case, I guarantee you what they're going to have to do is they're going to end the movie with, the family's divorce. They moved away. How do you reconcile a divorce? The message is probably going to be, divorced kids. You can still have parents who respect each other and get along. And, it's going to have the whole family-friendly kind of message that Hollywood likes to do. But what people are saying is, this is really what's pissing people off, why in the hell is Kevin James playing Sean Payton? He's too fat, he's too nerdy, he's too nice, all this other crap. He looks nothing like Sean Payton. I'm here to tell you, it doesn't matter. It's a good idea from a business standpoint. Because this movie is being made as a family-friendly comedy. How do I know this? Because Adam Sandler's company, Madison Gilmore, is producing the movie. So it's going to be in the same style as a Grown-Ups, for example. I can tell you it's going to be made for kids, well, because he's coaching a bunch of kids. Which means this movie will probably be exactly like, say, the Mighty Ducks. Older guy doesn't want to coach the young kids, the team sucks, but through his brilliant coaching and change of heart, he finds a way to have them win the championship at the end. If that's the case, then you can't have a realistic interpretation of Sean Payton because that probably wouldn't be very funny. Sean Payton is not a very interesting person. Sean Payton is very boring. Most football coaches are. They're very dull. They don't have a great sense of humor. So from a business standpoint and an artistic standpoint, this is a good idea. And it's not going to be a bad movie just because it's not realistic. The thing that pisses me off, especially when it comes to sports fans who watch a movie about a sporting event, they'll often say, well, this movie sucks because it's not what really happened. Those people don't understand how movies work. It makes sense that you have Kevin James playing this role because Kevin James is a very lovable, likable actor. If you had a guy who realistically acted like, say, a Sean Payton, people would turn the movie off probably after 20, 30 minutes in because you have a character who is being suspended for potentially breaking rules, who's been divorced, who has to deal with a bunch of kids other than his son that he didn't really want to talk to, known as kind of a jerk. So you have to have a very likable, well-known actor that everybody loves, or else you would hate the main character. That's why realism doesn't matter. Let me tell you something. Nobody goes to the movies to seek reality or 100% reality or logic. Why? Because if reality and logic were so damn interesting, then we wouldn't go to the movies to begin with. We wouldn't go to concerts. We wouldn't watch television shows. We wouldn't read novels. Reality and logic are not interesting. Now, some of you may be saying, okay, Nick, that's all well and good and everything, but he has to have some believability that he's a Super Bowl winning head football coach. Kevin James is too fat and he's too nerdy. Doesn't matter. Number one, actors lose and gain weight for roles all the time. And Kevin James did so back in 2012. He played an MMA fighter in the sports comedy Here Comes the Boom. Dude got jacked. Number two, Kevin James, people don't know this, Kevin James was a high school running back and played in college as a running back before getting injured and ending his career. You know what Kevin James's major was in college? Sports management. Kevin James was also an all-state wrestler in high school and reached number one spot on the wrestling team, just ahead of a future professional wrestler on the high school team, Nick Foley. Kevin James would kick his ass in practice all the time. And I looked up pictures of Kevin James, his playing career, back when he was in college and high school, and I'm not gonna lie, dude looked pretty fucking sexy. Just, as a totally, heterosexual man myself, I can tell when a guy's good looking. I don't know, it's pretty jacked to me. But look, is this movie gonna be any good? I don't know. Great actors and filmmakers make bad movies all the time. Movies are really kind of a crapshoot if you think about it. Am I gonna watch this movie? Well, you bet your sweet ass I am. It's a movie about the Saints head football coach. Thanks for listening to Out of My League. If you like what you heard, be sure to like, share, and subscribe, or follow me on Twitter and Facebook in the description link below.